Hello, guys, and welcome back to the next episode of Let's Play Pokemon Legends Arceus. It is morning over here in the Obsidian Fieldlands, and we have a Silcoon bouncing around us as I am on Weird Deer, heading over to the Moss Rock. Now, at the end of last episode, we were just over at the village gate of Jubilife Village, and normally I like to bring you guys back in at roughly the same spot that I was in the game as previously, but I had a bit of a recording issue that came up with that last episode. I apologize for that. What I had done right after the recording messed up is I went out to the Alabaster Icelands. We saw a little bit of storyline there, and then I turned right around and came back down here to do my evolutions. I've got a number of Pokemon here that I wanted to evolve. Our EVs, the Burmy, Wurmple. I actually have three Wurmple that I was going to evolve just to see which one would evolve into Silcoon, if any. With Wurmple, again, it is a kind of a toss-up random chance. Each individual Wurmple you catch basically just has um, a random chance of evolving into either Silcoon or Cascoon, and there's no way to know until you try to evolve them. Well, because I went ahead and did the evolutions, I know this Wurmple is going to evolve into Silcoon. The other two that I have caught previously will evolve into Cascoon. But I reset the game. I had a save point just before I actually exited the village and went up into the Icelands, and so we're still going to see the storyline, that first bit when we get up there, and you guys haven't missed me evolving anybody, so nothing's been missed. Um, but yeah, I did have to do a bit of a reset, so I've got a bit of a spoiler for the series, but you guys are going to be seeing everything as it happens. Anyway, but I came down here to the Moss Rock because I want to get one of our EVs evolved into a Leafeon. But we're actually going to do the EVs last out of this first set of evolutions, which I'm going to do on camera, just so that I can explain, in case anybody's curious, why I'm evolving my EV the way I am, and also a couple of the quirks that are involved in evolutions in general. But to start off with, let's go ahead and get Wurmple evolved into Silcoon. There we go. The new move that Silcoon just now learned, in case you're curious, is Iron Defense. There it is. And, whoops, go on. There we go. And now we're going to go ahead and evolve Silcoon into Beautifly. Aha, now we have Beautifly. And Beautifly learns Poison Sting, Stun Spore, and Silver Wind upon evolution. At least mine did, because it's all the way up at level 20. I'm actually a little bit sad that I didn't get to spend a little more time with Silcoon, raising it a few levels up as a Silcoon. But it's not the end of the world. There we go. I'll go ahead and update its move set right there. Now next, the Burmy. We'll go ahead and get our final form of Wormadam. There we go. And again, if anybody's curious, these are the moves that Wormadam knows now. Again, my Wormadam is a bit over-leveled. I think Burmy can evolve into Wormadam starting at level 20 or 21, something like that. But yeah, these are some of the new moves that Wormadam learned upon its evolution. Which, interestingly enough, with Wormadam, I'm not sure why this is, but it didn't automatically add in any of the new moves. But let's go ahead and get Silver Wind replacing Struggle Bug, just because it's more powerful. Um, Ironhead I want to keep, and I guess we'll do Gust and Confusion next. And there we go. And that way Wormadam will have a full move roster. Okay. So now, and the main reason I'm doing this on camera again is because these Pokemon here, unlike the vast majority of the other Pokemon I'm going to be evolving, these take special items or there's a special situation with them, like Wormadam needing a specific cloak. Interestingly enough, while you do need to evolve Wormadam, you need to evolve 3 different cloaked Burmies into 3 different Wormadam to get all of their different forms. You can get all 3 forms of Burmy registered in your Pokedex simply by having Burmy change its cloak. So if you take you catch a Leaf Cloak Burmy, that's Form 1, take it over to the Mirelands, it'll change into a Sand Cloak form if you use Burmy in a battle. Burmy can't faint in that battle, by the way, but as long as you throw Burmy out first, swap it out, and then you could say run away from the battle or throw Burmy out and run away. As long as Burmy participates in a battle directly and then does not faint and leaves that battle, its cloak will change. And so you can change Burmy to a sand cloak that way, then do the same thing in the beach and you'll get the trash cloak, and that will get you all 3 forms of Burmy. Just in case anybody might want to try to do that. And then with Murkrow and Happiny, they both require items to evolve. So here let's go ahead and get Murkrow using its Dusk Stone to evolve it into a Honchkrow. And finally, an Oval Stone will get Happiny evolved into Chansey. And ironically, Chansey is ready to evolve into Blissey as well. I believe Chansey evolving into Blissey is a friendship evolution. I may be mistaken on that, but I think that's how that works. I'm not going to evolve Chansey immediately though, because I would like to keep Chansey as a Chansey at least until it gets to about level 35, maybe level 40. Not for any gameplay reason, but more of a personal preference reason for me. Like I said, I was kind of sad that I didn't get to have Silcoon as a Silcoon, raising it a few levels and battling with it and stuff, but that is something that I enjoy. I don't like just rushing my Pokemon to their final evolution. Um, Now, with Eevee here, I did want to point this out to anyone just in case somebody finds this useful or interesting. This first Eevee, which has a quiet nature, and then we have our second Eevee, which has a sassy nature. And so for ease of explanation, I'm going to call this one sassy and this one quiet. Um, but with a quiet nature, Eevee gets, or any Pokemon with a quiet nature, will get a natural buff to their special attack, and their speed will raise not as quickly as normal. And then a Pokemon that has a sassy nature gets a natural buff to its special defense stat, whereas again its speed will raise a little more slowly than normal. And you can see that denoted there by the red and blue arrows on each of these Pokemon's statistic lineup here. So this Eevee, the quiet one, I am going to evolve into a Flareon. And the reason for that is because Flareon has a naturally high base special attack. Um, what I mean by that is every different species of Pokemon, and so for example, Eevee is its own species of Pokemon that is considered a different species than Flareon, than Vaporeon, than Jolteon. Um, Pichu, Pikachu, Raichu, those are 3 different species of Pokemon as far as how the in-game game mechanics work in regards to the Pokemon and their stats and how their special attack and defense and how all these statistics line up, which is a little different than, like say real world um, science and biology where, you kind of think of Pichu as being the baby version of Pikachu, and then Pikachu, when it gets older or finds a Thunderstone, technically, will evolve into a Raichu, and so Raichu's like the grown-up version. But in, real life, you would have like, you have a kitten that when he gets older turns into a cat, and then the cat gets older and turns into, a senior cat. But it's a little bit different with Pokemon because each individual Pokemon is considered its own species as a collective group. And so all of them have base stats. And so Pichu has a different set of base stats than Pikachu. Pikachu has a different set of base stats than Raichu that determine whether or not its attack will be higher, its defense will be higher, its special defense will be lower, how these different things flow out. And I hope I'm doing at least a somewhat decent job of explaining that. But basically, with Flareon, all Flareons, when compared to all other Pokemon, normally have a higher special attack. In the case of Leafeon, which is what Sassy is going to become here, um, Leafeon have a really good normal defense, and they've got a pretty good attack and special attack, but Leafeon actually have a rather low special defense simply as a Pokemon species. And so evolving our Sassy Eevee into a Leafeon will offset its naturally low base special defense by giving it a natural buff to that, and so it'll give us kind of a more well-rounded Leafeon in that case. Again, I hope I explained that at least somewhat understandably. Anyway, but the other thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that this Eevee does not know Baby Doll Eyes, because Baby Doll Eyes is a fairy type move. Um, this Eevee does actually know Baby Doll Eyes. If I click in here, you'll see that this Eevee does know it, but that's fine. And the reason it's okay for our Flareon Eevee to know Baby Doll Eyes, but not our regular or our Sassy Eevee to know Baby Doll Eyes, is because I'm not going to use a Leaf Stone. To get Flareon, I'm going to use a Firestone, which is, as far as I'm aware, the only way to get a Flareon. So let's go ahead and do that. And there we go, we've got Flareon. Again, for anyone curious, Ember and Flamethrower are the new moves. I will go ahead and swap out Flamethrower for Baby Doll Eyes, and Ember is a little bit weaker, but I'd rather it know Ember than Tackle, just because Ember will get Stab, and that'll make it more powerful when used. Okay, now in the case of this Eevee, if I was going to use a Leaf Stone on Eevee to get Leafeon, as opposed to the Moss Rock over here, it would be perfectly fine for Eevee to know Baby Doll Eyes. And the reason for that is because of how the game sort of prioritizes the way Eevee evolves. If you use a stone on Eevee, which you can use a Firestone, Thunderstone, Waterstone, Leaf Stone, Ice Stone on an Eevee to get each of its respective evolutions there, and the stone will always take precedence at the highest level. But then you've also got Sylveon, Umbreon, and Espeon as evolutions. With those three evolutions, Eevee will evolve into Sylveon, Umbreon, or Espeon only when its friendship stat, its friendship stat, basically its bond with you, is high enough and reached its maximum point. If you evolve an Eevee that knows a fairy type move with a maximum friendship level, it will always become a Sylveon. That is where the game prioritizes that. If you evolve an Eevee that knows a fairy type move with max friendship in the presence of a Moss Rock or an Icy Rock, which the Moss Rock gives you Leafeon, the Icy Rock gives you Glaceon, but if you are near a Moss Rock, near an Icy Rock, and your Eevee also knows a Fairy type move, the Fairy type move knowledge will override the Moss Rock or Ice Rock. You'll still get a Sylveon. That's why this Eevee, I specifically made sure it does not know a Fairy type move, since I'm using an environmental evolution for it. At the same time, if you have a maxed out friendship with Eevee, and Eevee does not know a fairy type move, Eevee is not near a moss or icy rock, then the game will look at the time of day. If it's daytime, you'll get Espeon. If it's nighttime, you'll get Umbreon. But that's where the game kind of hierarchies the non-stone evolutions. Sylveon's evolution will always be prioritized first, with the knowledge of a fairy-type move being what it's looking for. Then it'll look at your environmental evolutions. Are you near a moss rock or an icy rock? And then finally it'll look at time of day. And so that's just one of the little quirky things you want to know about Eevee so that you don't accidentally evolve an Eevee into something you're not looking for. And I wanted to point that out just in case anybody happens to find that of any use or interest. But let's go ahead and get our Eevee evolved into Leafeon. And there we go. And finally, again, we're going to check on this. Leafage and Leaf Blade are the moves that Leafeon now knows. I believe it knows Leaf Blade because it's at level 27. Ordinarily, when you evolve... I shouldn't say when you evolve... Well, yes. When you evolve Eevee into one of its evolutions, it will learn a new type-based evolution at level 25, which I believe for Leafeon is Leafage, and I believe for Flareon is Ember, maybe Flamethrower, or I could be getting stuff mixed up there a little bit. But basically, I know that at level 25, that's when a new type-based move will be added to the roster, at least in Legends Arceus, for each of the evolutions. Mine are a little bit above 25, so that may be why they are getting these two. At the same time, one of these might also be coming from the fact that Leafeon may simply know a leaf type or a grass type move from the very beginning. Flareon may know a fire type move from the very beginning. That is to say, if you were to evolve a level 1 Eevee into a level 1 Flareon, it would still know a fire type move at that level. I can't remember entirely. But anyway, I know that at level 25, each of the evolutions learns a move that is very unique to it. Let's go ahead and swap out Tackle, and I don't particularly need Mimic in here, so we'll go ahead and swap those around. And now, I'm going to go ahead and fast travel back to the Heights camp, because that's just the closest one we're at. And I will go ahead and do a compilation of all of the other Pokemon that we need to get evolved, because none of them require stones or any sort of special circumstances for their evolutions. They are all just basic level evolutions. And that's going to be all of these Pokemon here. Well, Graveler's a special case, but we'll do him last. Also, the Petalil outbreak that we saw last time on last episode, I tried to catch it on camera for you guys. I went out there, again, recording boo-boos. I'm sorry. But nothing really happened. I caught all of these Petalil because I was trying to see if I caught more of them, if it would encourage more Petalil to spawn, which it did, but it seems like the spawning of the Pokemon at a mouse outbreak is maxed out at a certain point, because after I'd managed to catch these 9 Petalil, the game said it appears the mass outbreak is over, or something like that, whatever it says to indicate that the mass outbreak is ending. So it does look like you can exhaust the Pokemon of a mass outbreak. They don't spawn infinitely for a certain amount of time, which is kind of what I was thinking might occur with when I watched the Glameow outbreak occur. It does seem like there is a time. It does seem to be timer based, so there is a maximum time limit that the outbreak will go on for. But if you're actively catching Pokemon, there does also seem to be a quantity limit that you can catch at any given point in time as well. That, or I'm just not understanding the way that the game works. But none of these Petalil turned out to be shiny. None of the Petalil that appeared there were shiny, so you guys didn't miss anything there, and these Petalil will just be released. But anyway, now we're going to jump over into the Pokemon Evolution compilation, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you at the end of that. Okay, guys, and so there was our last evolution, Teddiursa into Ursaring. I went ahead and made sure that I had Roselia and Crobat out, since both of them gained new moves upon their evolution. Here we have Venoshock and Poison Jab for Roselia. I included the female Roselia, or the female Badoo's evolution into Roselia, even though we've already seen the male evolution, because Roselia have different male and female forms. The blooms on a female Roselia, the red and blue flowers there for its, I guess its hands, are actually larger on a female than on a male. I think there may be a difference with the spikes on its head as well. But that's why I included those. And then to anyone who may be interested, Crobat here learns Cross Poison. And I'm actually going to swap that out, I believe, for, yeah, Gust. Just so that we get some of that same type attack bonus, stab, improved damage. Now, our final evolution is going to be Graveler. I kind of waited until Graveler got all the way up to level 50 to evolve it, but we can use the linking cord now in Arceus as a replacement for trade evolutions, and so using this on Graveler will get us a Golem. Okay, and there's our Golem. Alright, so with everybody evolved, I'm going to put in a quick cut here, guys, and after a short transition, we will be back in the village, I will be back in my snow gear, and we will be heading up to the Alabaster Icelands, and I will see you there. A brief interlude, guys. I completely forgot to even think about what would happen when we turned in our research tasks to Professor Laventon, having evolved so many Pokémon. I want to make sure... Oh wow, yeah, we've got a lot of Pokemon entries completed. Oh, Machop. Though as small as a child, it has strength enough to easily throw a well-built adult. Striving to become even stronger, Machop trains by carrying a Graveler on its shoulders. It's kind of a cute image, actually. When the cold season arrives in Hisui, this Pokemon will wander fields and mountains alike in search of its favorite berries. Ursaring's hunger during this time makes it a ferocious danger. Ah, understandable. Yep, we got all these new Pokemon updated. Let's see how many... Oh wow, we got a lot of research tasks. A lot of points too. But yeah, this is what I didn't want you guys to miss out on. I know it's not much, it's just, you know, the bar filling up, but still, I like to include as much as I can in the videos. So, we are going to be getting a new rank when we get back to the village as well. So, splendiferous results. I dare say you've earned yourself a promotion to the next rank. Best report to Captain Cyllene, eh? I'd get right on that if I were you. So what would you like to do now? Well, we want to return to the village. I'm going to need a quick change of clothes. But first, let's report to Captain Cyllene. I'm guessing now we'll be able to have, what is it, the Pokemon up to, like, probably level 85 will now listen to our orders reliably in battle. And no telling what new recipes we might get. But let's go ahead and see what happens. Hello, Captain! And here's all of our stuff. You have made progress. It seems you have earned yourself a star. I really enjoy that music. With this, you have officially attained the rank of 7th star in the Galaxy Expedition team. You can now use Gigaton balls. Oh, good grief, what is a Gigaton ball? Is that like... I'm guessing that's a secondary upgrade to the Heavy Ball. I forget what the first upgrade was. Oh, all Pokemon will obey your orders reliably now. Well, the rewards you earn for your survey reports will be more generous too. Have this as well. It is a further recipe you'll need for crafting. And now we can make gigaton balls. 1 apricorn, 2 black tumblestones, and 2 iron chunks. And we need to continue to dedicate ourselves to completing the Pokédex if we hope to rise higher in the ranks. Well, now, on our Pokédex, we still have another 3 ranks to go, but if all Pokémon will now listen to us in battle, I guess the next ranks just improve our monetary gains from research tasks and give us more crafting recipes. I guess on the note of crafting recipes, we should pop over and see if the, I want to say Foundry, but that's not what it's called. The Craftworks. See if the Craftworks has any new recipes we can buy. Oh, looks like we've got quite a variety. A Fine Remedy, Superb Remedy, Full Heal. We don't already have a recipe for Full Heals? Oh, no, I'm thinking of the Max Potions. I will go ahead and buy the Full Heal recipe. That could be useful. Oh, Max Revives. This one's expensive, but I actually... There's a really important reason why I want the Max Revive recipe, and it actually has far less to do with using the Max Revives. Sticky Glob. Oh, that's that special kind of throwable thing. Okay, it looks like the rest of these down here are the various Aux, the Aux consumables that increase your defense and attack and whatever for a single battle. We got the cake recipes, and then the ethers actually would be something that I'd want to get. Max ethers. I can afford the max ether, and I don't want to be completely broke though. But anyway, the main reason that I wanted to get this recipe for the Max Revives, ironically, is because I want to make one, and then I want to go to my satchel. I want to make sure that my Max Revive is right here, right in this spot right here, because I'm tired of I like having my satchel nice and organized, and I've got the Pokeballs first, and then I have these 3 different items that can be thrown. I don't use them that often, but now and again I do. Then I've got all of our potions. I've got the Revive, and I wanted the Max Revive in this spot here. The Old Gateau is basically, it's basically a full heal. It relieves any status condition. I don't use these that often because your status conditions do automatically heal themselves whenever you leave battle. Then I've got these 3 items for making more of the potions, and the berries are also there for helping with potions in the case of the Oran berry. Then the Hoppo and the Lepa berry are for PP, which I may wind up replacing those with the ethers. And then apricorns and tumblestones are, of course, for making Pokeballs. But I've had this little space right here open in my satchel for, the longest little while now, and I just want to have a Max Revive in there so that nothing else pops in there, because it's been bugging me a little bit from it's been bugging the organizational side of my brain. Anyway, but that's why I really wanted to buy that thing. Anyway, let's go ahead, walk to Anth. We will borrow her mirror, and we will change into our winter gear, and then we will go ahead... Oh, wait. Warm cap, please. Snow jacket. Snow trousers. And finally, our snow boots. There we go. And let's go ahead and head on up to the Alabaster Icelands. My word, it's rather chilly here, isn't it? Glad to see you made it safe and sound in any case. Very few venture to these Alabaster Icelands, apart from Tao Hua leading the odd supply corps excursion to gather materials. But the Survey Corps, of course, must go anywhere that Pokémon are found. From what I gather, Ice Peak Arena, where you'll find Avalugg, is rather far off, I'm afraid. Doubtless this mission to tackle Avalugg will be another dangerous one. Learn all that you can from Merida and Adamant to try and keep yourself safe. Joseph, brisk out here, isn't it? How aren't you freezing? Freezing? I'm practically sweating. I actually know people with kind of like Arida in real life. People who've grown up, for example, in Montana. So to them, it's like -2 below 0 Fahrenheit. Oh, it's practically warm. If you think this is bad, just wait. This is nothing compared to where we're headed. You know, I'm beginning to think the problem between us isn't a Diamond Clan thing or a Pearl Clan thing. It's just a you and me thing. We'll never see eye to eye on anything, will we? I don't see how we could, as long as you and your clan cling to your vision of an almighty Sinnoh that reigns over time. Forgive my bluntness, but if such a being even does exist, it's certainly not almighty Sinnoh. Yes, yes, believe what you want, just tell us where we have to go. We're headed to see my teacher, and he's only ever found in one place. Which is? You're talking about that Gaeric fellow, right? Where do we find him? I think Gaeric. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, the Gaeric, Gaeric would be the way that I would pronounce that, or Gaeric, perhaps. Gaeric? Gaeric? I feel more comfortable saying Gaeric until I can be corrected. At Avalugg's legacy, obviously. Where else but a great mass of ice could I have meant when I said we'd be headed somewhere even colder? Where else, indeed? Ready to go, Joseph? This time, yes. Sure, stomp off without me. This is why I can't stand people who only care about whether time is passing by them. See you at Avalugg's legacy, Joseph. Take care on your way. I get the most sincere feeling that they're going to wind up together. But anyway, it was at this point that I went ahead and spoke with Professor Laventon. Looks like there's nothing in particular for you to report at this time, So what would you like to do now? And I went ahead and returned back to the village to go ahead and do our evolutions last time. But this time, as I could honestly say to Adamant, yes, I am ready to go. So let's head off. And I guess the first thing we're going to be doing is trying to catch a Snorunt. I really don't know why I'm crouching here, but Pokemon, when you crouch, even in the bare open, Pokemon don't seem to notice you quite as much. Or I guess perhaps maybe they're just not as intimidated by you as when you're not like standing directly over them. Oh, and we got kind of lucky here. This is a female Snorunt, which means this one is capable of being evolved into a Blight and Bother. I've actually forgotten the name of it now. Oh, I also got completely distracted by the fact that we got a new Survey Corps level that I didn't revamp my Pokemon party. I'm sorry. I was going to do that off camera before I brought you guys back when I was changing my clothes. And then the off-camera part never occurred. I'd like to see my Pokemon, please. I would also like to get some more salt so that I'm not constantly being pestered by you guys telling me to go see Tao Hua about salt. But what are you going to do? Alright, so let's go ahead. I'll just pop these guys back in here for the time being. Snorunt, you can go into new Pokemon. Which I suppose... Let's go ahead and move these guys down a bit. And I was going to release all of the Petilil too, and forgot to do it. Ah, well. Things that happen when you don't entirely go to plan with everything. There we go, a little Luxray, and then we'll do Staraptor. I think my Ponyta are still, yeah, they're still low level. I need some higher level fire types, other than just Typhlosion. Anyway, though, we'll just go ahead and go with the more or less standard team I've been using. and see what we can discover as we explore through the snowy winter wonderland that is the Alabaster Icelands. Does the road just... Oh, it looks like the road just sort of plumps off. Oh, a satchel! There you go, Annie. I guess we can take a quick look at the map. Got a satchel over here, one up here and one over there. Snow Point Temple. Snow Point Temple. New request. Oh, I wasn't zoomed in. Now I'm poking around here because I want to see. We were able to notice some markers on the map before we got to the diamond settlement that showed us where the diamond. Yeah, we saw markers that showed us where the diamond settlement was before we actually got to the diamond settlement. I would assume that if this is Snow Point Temple, that Snow Point City would be, somewhere in this general area. Obviously not yet because we're, in the distant past, but I would imagine that the Pearl Clan would be set up somewhere around where Snow Point City would eventually come to be. But I don't see them. Well, let's keep exploring. We still need to catch a male snow runt, because Frostlass. That's the name of the Pokemon that a female snow runt can evolve into. And you are a male snow runt, so we can get you evolved into a Glalie. I think actually either male or female snow runt can evolve into Glalie, but only female snow runt can evolve into Frostlass. They're a little bit like Kirlia in that regard, where either a male or female Kirlia can evolve into a Gardevoir, but only a male can evolve into a Glade with the use of a Shiny Stone. Apalm. Snow monkeys up here. Oh, wow, an ice cave. Hello, other little snow. Are you guys friendly? I mean, Snorunt wouldn't strike me as a Pokemon that was hostile. Oh, wow. Crevice Passage. Is this just more... Oh, I didn't want Sneasler. Whoops. I wanted to grab... Okay, yeah, that is just an iron chunk. It looked more blue being surrounded by all this ice, and so while I was like, probably an iron chunk, I wanted to collect it just to be sure. Hey, a Bergmite! Oh, and a shiny... We can get some more Stardust for that thing over there. Let's see now. Bergmite. Level 35? Female. Alright, we got another one over here. And, no, come on. I want to look at... level... Okay, so they're both level 35. Oh, well, they're both... a male and female pair that are both level 35. Oh, they have such a pretty cry, too. You know what? I'm going to leave these alone. I feel like these two are probably a pair, and I wouldn't want to separate them. And I don't mind... Thank you, Typhlosion. How many points... Oh, that gives you 120 experience points. Yeah, as you get to harder level, or not harder, but as you get to the more advanced areas of the game, you will start getting more experience points for doing the, like breaking the rocks and knocking stuff out of trees and stuff. The game does kind of balance itself a little bit that way. Oh, also to mention, I don't think you actually need the snow gear in this area. I bought mine simply because I like the idea of wearing snow gear in a snowy place. I could be wrong, but the game never told me anything about specifically needing the snow gear. That's just something I wanted to do because it was fun. More snow runts. Bone Chill Wastes. Swinub and Mamoswine, or not Mamoswine, Piloswine. Oh, wow. Oh, and I got a great big thing. And the Snow Point Temple looks so imposing. I love it. I love just gawking at this game. I mean, it just looks so pretty. Oh, and even up here in the icy coldness, we still have Castor Fern growing. Oh, and something over here, or... Oh, no, I saw these vines at the base of the tree, but that's just a normal vines that are there. I believe these are just apricorns. Yeah, just some apricorns. That's another reason why I'm actually carrying the spoiled apricorns around with me to use a little bit, is because you get them so much when you're knocking apricorns out of trees that there's no real point in not taking them. Level 41 Snorunt. Okay, so the Snorunt start to get a little more powerful. Well, it's one level more powerful anyway, as you get to the other side of the mountain. I really have been just sort of like, as soon as I run into a Pokemon for the first time, I'm like, ooh, let's try to catch it. That's usually how I play the game. I think the Bergmite, excuse me, I think the Bergmite back there were the first Pokemon I actually ran into that I didn't catch on site, but again, that's because I'd rather catch a loner Bergmite than a pair of them. Yeah, we can descend with Sneasler here. What's down the hole? Okay, so it is just a hole. Oh, there's a Ghastly in here. More iron chunk? Yes. Oh. Does this place have a name? I may have missed it, but... looks like we found a frozen ghost cave. I'm not heading directly over for our objective. Are you a lone Bergmite? If you're the only Bergmite... yeah, there doesn't appear to be another Bergmite around you, at least not in close proximity. Because honestly, that place right back there looked almost like a nest. Let's go ahead and catch this one. Oh. Alright, let's battle then. But yeah, I want to explore this little area for the last bit of the episode. Just because I'm going to need to be wrapping things up in about 5 minutes or so. I'm not sure of the exact length of time. Yes! Perfect! That is our third and final needed piece of crunchy salt, and I am extremely encouraged to go back and actually give that to Tao Hua right now, but I'll hold off. Ooh, we have Misdreavus down here. But yeah, I want to explore this, because I don't think 5 minutes is enough to really progress the storyline a whole lot farther, and I don't want to have any more potential recording mishaps, so... I think some general environmental exploring will be something pretty fun. I don't think we've actually done anything like this on camera in a while. Let's see, Misdreavus. Hello, Misdreavus. Do I need to battle you, or can I just catch you? Misdreavus. Oh! Well, where'd you go? Let's see. Chunks. Hello, Haunter. I already have my own Haunter. Something else I'm going to need to use a linking cord for once I get Haunter up a few more levels, because he's at, I think he's around level... oh, it's just Haunter using Hypnosis. I think he's up around level 35 right now. Oh, neat! So down here, these tunnels lead to, like, additional openings in the ice up above. Oh, I wonder if there's going to be, like, some secret spot we can't get to unless we... whoops. My D-pad is a little finicky. Sorry. No, I was actually trying to get to... here we go. Weird here. Oh! Now there's an Avalugg! Well, I've already got a Bergmite, and I'd much rather evolve my Bergmite than just... oh, no, ice... oh! That's not an Avalugg. I thought it was an Avalugg. This is just the ice rock. Okay, so this is where we come to evolve Glaceon. Alright. It's a rock covered with ice. Touching it could make you freeze. Does this have an opening? No? No? Okay. Well, I thought we'd lucked out there for a second. We're about to at least encounter an Avalugg without it having to be the first Avalugg, or the noble Avalugg. But that looks about like that's everything. We have the icy rock straight forward from the original opening. And then we have another opening over here. Oh, and we have a Wisp. Alright. Oh, what are you? Zorua? Quick, get into battle, get into battle, get into battle. A Zorua? Wait, you don't... plus. A normal and ghost type. Oh. I didn't know they had... Zora was not normally a normal and ghost, I don't think. Or is it? Oh, I can't remember. Well, either way, I know that's not what Zora normally looks like, so... I guess we have a Hisuian version of Zora. Oh, neat! This is actually a very different experience for me than how I usually play Pokemon. I'm usually one of those people that goes on to Bulbapedia quite a bit. Someone else wants to battle now, don't they? Or maybe not. Misdreavus? I do need to catch a Misdreavus. That's another one of the, I don't know, something sounds like it's trying to attack us, but I think it may be on the other side of a wall. Or something. Misdreavus? I need to catch a Misdreavus for Ant's, oh, phooey. Ant's request, as well as needing, of course, to evolve a Mismagius. But yeah, no, what I was trying to say previously, and I suppose we need to go ahead and get this Wisp, so here is our first Wisp in the Alabaster Icelands. Yep, there's Wisp number 1. That is our current location, and we are underground right now. But yeah, no, this is a somewhat different experience for me, because usually when a new Pokemon game comes out, when I'm actively playing the games anyway, I'll pop onto Bulbapedia and I'll read up on, what's new, what's changed. At least it's what I did, like, when I was playing Diamond and Pearl anyway. But no, it's so interesting now to play this as fairly blind, because I never know what... Ooh! Wow. Ghastly really doesn't like us being in there. Ooh, there's Haunter, I think, using Venoshock or something. But I guess for now, let's just go ahead and keep exploring our way at night over to our objective. Hopefully I can get away from whoever's attacking us, and we can get away from some of this battle music. Ooh, Alpha Abomasnow. But yeah, it's a very different thing for me, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really interested in getting back to where we can take a look at our Pokemon, so that I can properly take a look at that Zorua we just caught, and how it is different as a Hisuian Zorua. I do see that Wisp right up there on that cliff point too, so I should mark that. I can't quite tell where it is, but looks like it may be somewhere in, like, right about this area. So I'm just going to put a little flag down to remind me that the little Wisp is over there. Let's get by Glalie. They're probably going to be aggressive. Yep. I could jump on Weird Deer to just rush off to the objective, but I kind of want to walk a little bit just to see what we can see. Do a slightly slower pace level. Okay, so Snover run away from you. Glalie don't, but alright, Glalie. You want to battle so badly? Let me introduce you to a Ghost and Fire type. Oh no, Glalie introduced me to a Dark type move. Strong Style Flamethrower. Typhlosion just barely held on there. 1 HP. Ha, but we win, Glalie. There's my hubris catching up with me. Oh, Typhlosion mastered a new move. I'm just going to use one of the max potions. Thank you so much, Typhlosion. And what move did you just master? You know, I can't even remember. I think Flamethrower was the latest move that Typhlosion learned, and because I'm pretty sure it already mastered Infernal Parade, but maybe it mastered Infernal Parade. All right, so here we go. Avalug's Legacy. Let's go ahead and catch up with Arida, Adaman, and our new gentleman that we're going to be making friends with, or at least meeting. Oh, do you want to battle too? All right. Well, how about Staraptor then? One more battle before the end of the episode. Close combat, strong style, please. Interesting, a ball of mud. I noticed that earlier when we, I think, caught a Snowrunt. I would have expected something more like a ball of ice or something over here. But let's see what's going on here, if we get a cutscene or not, and after this we will go ahead and bring the episode to an end. Well, that was a real slog, fighting through those miserable icy winds to reach this desolate bit of nowhere. Well done, us. Adaman. This gentleman is Avalug's warden, and my most honorable teacher, Gaeric. Show some respect, Adaman. Let's begin with some proper introductions. I'm Gaeric. Gaeric, I believe I know who one of your ancestors is based on your hair color and facial markings. Or not markings, but how he has his beard styled. I am Gaeric. I serve as one of the Pearl Clan's wardens. And you must be Joseph, right? Of the Galaxy team. Answer me this, would you? On what grounds do you come here seeking to quell Lord Avalug? He's in a frenzy. I was commanded to. I really don't want to use this answer. I wouldn't use this answer. I would say more along the lines of I'm here... I honestly, after having heard what Professor Laventon said about Avalug, yes, being in a frenzy, but not necessarily of causing any danger or harming anyone, I would simply say, I'm not really here to quell him, I'm here to make sure that everything is okay, then that Avalug is not in any danger. But of these two highly diametrically opposed answers we have, he's in a frenzy is the best we can do there, so. That leads to my next question. What is wrong with him being frenzied? That leads to my next question too. It could trouble others, I don't know. I'm not going to say I don't know. But I will say it could trouble others. There is the risk that Avalug could cause danger to others, and again, I would like to make sure that he's okay. I mean, if I investigated Avalug and discovered that his frenzy was not a danger to everyone else, I'd say leave him be. But anyway, we're being forced through the storyline here, and that's probably enough exposition out of me, so it could trouble others. Then I have another question. Setting aside any orders, what is it your heart tells you to do? To quell his frenzy, I don't know. I hate these blatant A or B type answers. I'm gonna say I don't know in this case. Now, if this just forces me to talk to Gaeric again, because basically the I don't know would be like well, if you don't know, then you need to come back when you really do know, and blah blah blah, and then just have this exact same dialogue a second time where we answer his questions correctly, with air quotes around correctly. But honestly, right now, I want to say I don't know, because I personally, if this was actually me, I'm here more out of curiosity and a want and desire to investigate and learn than I am to specifically quell something out of a notion of blind fear or anxiety. Or not anxiety, but I guess anxiousness, which I suppose is the same thing, really. So I'm going to say I don't know, and hopefully this isn't like the quote-unquote wrong answer. Our mighty Lord of the Tundra, Avalug, has done nothing to trouble any person or Pokémon. I think I gave him the wrong answer. Sir, please try to keep your cool. For now, indeed, Avalug's causing no trouble, But aren't we also duty-bound to free our people from living in fear that such a colossal Pokémon might begin to wreak havoc at any moment? We are. There's certainly some logic to that. But if that is what you hope to accomplish, then we must judge whether this child is up to the task. Who cares about the grandstanding? Let's get to battling. Okay, well, I guess we have one more battle. Alright. My musculature is as hard and unyielding as ice. Think you can break through? Yes, Gaeric, you can do excellent squats. It's wonderful. Oh, a Frostlass! Icicle Crash. Oh, drat. Alright. Let's start off with Typhlosion. I was hoping Staraptor could at least get in a close combat move. Ooh, Hex. Now, I'm curious though. We know that Glalie is... Oh yeah, Frostlass is much lower. No. Sorry. Wrong button presses. Yeah, Glalie's level 48, Frostlass is 24. So let's start off with trying to get rid of the more powerful Pokemon. A strong style Flamethrower, please, Typhlosion. There we go. And now Frostlass. That's probably going to make Typhlosion faint. But now we should be able to easily swap in Golem and get a Rock-type move out. Strong style Rock Slide, please. And there we go. Hey, Umbreon. Outstanding! I'm tough as an iceberg, but you smashed me through and through. I suppose you all can get on with it now. This one's all right. Thank you, sir. Some may still have their doubts about a stranger like Joseph, but I'll vouch for him. Then if you insist on quelling Avalug's frenzy, you'll want to claim some of that eternal ice he likes and bring it to my lord's seat. Good luck. Eternal ice. I wonder if that's never melt ice in the future. Eternal ice, is it? For that you'll have to be able to fly, which means you need braviary. Long story short, you've got to seek out a young lady named Sabi. Tell the long story long. You're not saving any time if we waste it puzzling out what you mean. Isn't Avalug one of the Pearl Clan's lords? Seems a bit odd for me to do the talking. But fine. Listen up. This eternal ice stuff can be found atop Avalug's legacy here. But to get there, you'll need my clan's help. Not even Sneasler can climb this surface, let alone a person like you or me. You're going to have to approach by air, with Braviary's help. Gaeric once managed to climb nearly to the top of Avalug's legacy, I'll have you know. He says he made it to within 6 feet of the top. Might makes right, or at least height. And, about Sabi, how do I put this? Even when she's not flying with Braviary, she's got her head in the clouds. Well, you'll understand once you meet her. Head towards Snow Point Temple, and you'll probably come across her sooner or later. What? Oh, wait. I may have misread. I thought that was Adaman talking about Snow Point Temple. If I misread that in the wrong voice, I apologize. Sabi! My clairvoyance told me that I'd lead you... What is this? Sorry. My clairvoyance told me that I'd lead you on a chase. Think you can reach me? I see what you mean about Sabi, but why would she be up there? Seems you better put Seems you better focus on pursuing Warden Sabi, and let me focus on my workout while I still can. Okay, speak with Sabi of the Diamond Clan. Alright. Well, that is what we will be doing next time, guys, on our next episode, and despite wearing our snowy clothing, it seems our character is still quite chilled. But, as ever, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As ever, I hope you guys stay happy, stay healthy, and that your futures are filled with a great deal of optimism and good fortune. Thank you so much. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.